Is it true that life began with a cell? Is life on this earth merely a result of coincidence? Darwin's theory of evolution states that some lifeless atoms like phosphorus and carbon coincidentally assembled together, and due to natural phenomena like lightning, volcanic eruptions, ultraviolet rays and radiation, the first living cells were formed. When we examine the compositions of a cell, we find that its complexity is akin to that of a city. Just as a city has operational systems, system of communication, transportation and management, a cell also has many systems, such as power stations that generate energy, which the cell consumes, factories that produce enzymes and hormones, a data bank that records information about products and production, and complex transportation systems and pipelines that transport raw materials and products from one place to another. Advanced laboratories and refineries break down raw materials coming from outside into usable parts. There are special cell membrane proteins to control incoming materials and materials exiting the cell. This is just a part of it, and there are many other types of systems in a cell. If today's science cannot synthesize this in the most sophisticated laboratory of this era, how is it possible that such a complex cell formed on its own? And if we talk about cells, it is not even possible to create an organelle like mitochondria or ribosome. Proteins, as it is evident that creating a cell is impossible for science so far. The question of it forming on its own does not arise. Proteins, which are essential molecules in a cell, can these proteins form spontaneously under natural conditions? To find the answer, let's look at its intricacy. Proteins are large molecules made up of small units of amino acids. These amino acids are arranged in a special sequence and in a particular quantity and structure. These molecules are the building blocks of a living cell. The simplest protein among them is made up of 50 amino acids, while some proteins can consist of thousands of amino acids. A small change, such as the loss or gain of one amino acid or its replacements, can render the structure of that cell's protein useless or harmful. There are total of 20 different types of amino acids, and every size protein molecules contains 288 amino acids, among which there can be 10 to the power 300 combinations. Out of these combinations, only one creates the desired protein molecules, while all the other combinations are either completely useless or harmful. This means that the probability of it forming by itself is 1 in 10 to the power 300, which means out of such great chances, only one chance can create the correct protein molecules. Meanwhile, there are some large proteins that are made up of thousands of amino acids. So you can imagine the probability of that. When it is impossible for protein molecules to form on its own, how can a cell form by itself? This video is enough to show that the beginning of life cannot happen on its own, but it has been created, as Allah says in the Qur'an.
Indeed, His command is only when He intends a thing that He says to it, "Be," and it is.
And on another place, Allah says,
He is the one who gives life and causes death, and when He decrees a matter, He only says to it, "Be," and it is.
To watch more videos on Islam and science, subscribe to this channel. Thank you.